Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming. We got a great day. We got great weather. Great day in Newark. My name is David Mannheimer. I am part of the sponsorship for the project. Thank you. I wanted to thank everybody for being here today. Celebrate the groundbreaking of 22 Fulton, a project that represents not just a new building, but a long-term commitment to the city of Newark. 22 Fulton will deliver 396 residential units, 80 of which will be affordable, and it'll help address Newark's housing need while contributing to the continued growth of the neighborhood. I represent SK Development, one of the sponsors in the project, and it's a real honor to be standing here alongside tons of our partners, public officials, and really countless number of people that helped make this moment possible. I wanted to call out a couple of them before we kind of get to our speakers. First, this project was made possible by NJEDA and the Aspire program, and NJHMFA's low-income housing tax credit program. Together, they allowed us to design and finance a building that is intentional, inclusive, and built on the belief that great cities deserve great places to live. But projects like this don't happen just because of one person or one organization. There was a real team behind everything we did here. To start, I want to recognize some of my fellow sponsors, Scott and Abe Schnee. Zev Klazowitz, Miles Berger and the Berger Organization, and although he won't be up here today, a special shout out to Brendan Berger, who this project wouldn't be possible without him. I think everybody's deep belief in Newark helped bring this vision to light. I want to call out some of our investment partners that won't be up here speaking today, but Austin Walker and AWC team, the Bear Creek team, Basis, our nonprofit partner Housing on Merit, all of them. This was an incredibly complicated deal, and your commitment and flexibility and persistence in getting this done really means a lot to me and to everybody on the sponsorship. Behind the scenes, we had an incredible, extraordinary team of lawyers and accountants and consultants and navigators, right? So there's a couple people I especially want to call out. First, I just want to say thank you to Jen Mazaway, who Jen's been with us since day one, and really, Jen's more than a lawyer. She's a partner for everybody on this team. I want to say thank you to the teams at Sidley Austin, to Cannon Heyman and Weiss, to Nixon Peabody, to John Sorrell at Foss, to Walker Dunlap, to Marty Burstein, to Cohn Resnick. I'm sure I'm missing a lot of people, but all of those teams played an incredible role in helping kind of take this vision to reality. Now that we're breaking ground, there's a whole new team that is literally going to bring this building up in the air. We have our general contractor, CMA, here today. They've been exceptional partners, collaborative, committed, and really with us the whole way through. I want to call out our kind of extended arm of SK CV Partners, who's here today. I don't think anything we can do can get built without them. And we're also really proud to be working again with Beyer, Blinder, and Bell, our architects at the project here today. The last teams I want to call and say thank you to, I know I mentioned them a little earlier, but we have a fair amount of people here from both the state agencies, NJHMFA and NJEDA. To all of you that are here today, and there are those that couldn't make it, those teams demonstrate incredible commitment to this project, to this city, to this state, and really making New Jersey a stronger place. And lastly, on the back of that, none of this happens without the incredible support of the City Council, the Mayor's office, and everything that is Newark. So, big thank you to all of that. I want to begin by recognizing the leadership at the Newark City Council, who have supported us from day one. The council's approval of our pilot was critical in making Fulton financially viable, but more importantly, it reflects something bigger. It reflects a statement of trust and a partnership and a belief in responsible development and long-term value creation in the city of Newark. Council President Crum played a central role in guiding that process, ensuring thoughtful consideration and collaboration every step of the way. And Councilwoman Bay, who represents the Central Ward, brought an understanding of community and commitment to ensuring that development aligns with the needs and the future of the neighbors and the neighborhood it serves. We're grateful for their leadership, their engagement, and their support of the project. Please join me in welcoming Council President Crum, followed by Councilwoman Bay.
Good afternoon. This is a wonderful day, a wonderful opportunity for us to grow the city of Newark, to grow the Central Ward. We want to thank everyone that's involved in this wonderful project. Of course, our Mayor Raz J. Baraka, who is the visionary and the one who leads us forward in this city. And we are just so looking forward to providing more opportunities for Newark residents. And we just thank you so, so much for this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everybody. So let me first thank the mayor, of course. We would not be here without his leadership, and also my council colleagues, councilmen. Well, I'll start with Councilwoman Scott Roundtree, Councilman Carlos Gonzalez, Councilman Luis Quintana, and Councilman Aníbal Ramos. Because it doesn't take one or two of us standing up here. It takes our whole council to support a great project like this one. I want to say, particularly to Miles and the Berger organization. A lot of times when people just leave the city, just go away and are not there to support. We've lost a lot of good folks who were doing development, doing things in our city. But Miles stayed and stuck around through the hard times and showed his commitment to the city of Newark and to the growth of the residents and the city of Newark. And I think that's important to acknowledge. And it's also important to acknowledge that this project has 80 units of affordable housing. 80 units. He didn't have to put 80 units in it, but he put 80 units of affordable housing. And along with the state agencies, the city, the Berger organization, and all those involved, we're going to have a wonderful development here that's going to be a shining example of what you can do when you work together with private-public partnership to build our city. So I want to say congratulations to all those involved on making this happen and looking forward to not only the groundbreaking, but also when we can actually tour the building and the facility. God bless you all. Have a wonderful
Before we continue, we have a special moment that kind of reminds us why some of these projects really matter. The housing is about people and culture and community, and there's no better representation of that than Newark's creative spirit. So we'd like to welcome the Newark Arts High School Choir, who are going to sing couple songs for us.
Good afternoon. We are the Arts High School Symphonic Choir from Arts High School, where Regina Sharp is our principal and Dr. Larissa Skinner is our department chair. We are so honored to be here and sing for this wonderful occasion. We are going to start with the Star Spangled Banner, so would you please stand with us? For our next selection, we will be singing We Shall Overcome. We have three soloists. We have Jezaniah Pagan, we have Tamias Breeden, and we have Jared James.
We shall overcome. 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 We shall overcome now.
Thank you, thank you. And for our last selection, we will be singing What a Wonderful World. And we have our soloist, Zanasia Winbush and Dante Folson.
The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky.
And all of the colored faces of the people so wide. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful
Another round of applause for the choir. They were great. I missed a couple thank yous, so I'll say one more quick one because I missed them and they're standing right there. Thank you to Andy Alpstein and the whole Goldberg-Weprin team. Really appreciate all your help. Really. Our next speaker represents a partner whose commitment extends far beyond the construction here. Through Barings and their affiliates, Darren Tubian represents both our permanent lender and an investor in this deal for a long time to come. Their commitment is upwards of $160 million of long-term investment in this project, our sponsorship, and really the city of Newark. I think that level of commitment and investment represents amazing public-private partnership, long-term future in Newark and this project. We're incredibly grateful for all of Darren's help and his work and his team. Please welcome me in welcoming Darren. Sorry.
Good afternoon, everyone. After David's introduction, I think he covered it really well. I'm really honored to be here today. Just by way of introduction, Barings is a global asset manager. We're also a fully owned subsidiary of MassMutual Life. We've been in the affordable housing and commercial real estate investment business for over 30 years. More than 2 years ago, I had an opportunity to come to this site with David and Jordan Casella to see it. And believe it or not, back in 2006, the first project I did in Newark was 1180 Raymond, which was being converted from an historic office building into a luxury multifamily. And institutionally, we have a lot of appreciation for what Newark is doing, and we wanted to be part of this project. And affordable housing projects in general are very difficult to build, not because of the bricks and mortar, but because of the capital structure. They take 2 years sometimes to structure. In particular, as David mentioned, 80-20, so this project is 20% affordable. And in terms of unit count, it's important, but it's not substantial in the overall scheme of the project. But that 20% affordability adds so much more complexity in terms of being able to structure the transaction in the way that's acceptable to institutional investors. So I want to give really a big shout out to David, Scott, Zev, and really the entire Berger organization for putting together a transaction that was extremely difficult to structure, work through, and get it to this point. So really, congratulations. As David mentioned, we've made a long-term commitment, so we are providing a four-year forward commitment of up to $160 million, which would ultimately replace Goldman Sachs' construction loan. And after that 4 years, we're in this deal for another 15 years. So we really are committed to this project and to the city of Newark. Having said that, I am looking forward and on behalf of Barings to come back here in approximately 4 years to celebrate the ribbon cutting. I do want to take an opportunity to also congratulate the partners on this project, New Jersey HMFA, NJEDA, Goldman Sachs. I see the mayor and governor are here, so great to be here with you all. Congratulations, and thank you for having us part of this project.
Our next speaker represents a partner who stood with us at really some critical stages throughout the project so far. Goldman Sachs Urban Investment Group serves as both our construction lender and our low-income housing tax credit equity partner. They've been committed to this project since its inception. They shared our vision. They've remained steady, and they've been a thoughtful and committed partner in what you've already heard is a pretty complex deal. I wanted to specifically say thank you to Carly and Harry, who are here today, who led the deal team. Their leadership, their creativity, their persistence really helped us get to where we are today. And we just wouldn't be standing here without the partnership of Goldman Sachs on this project. So it's an honor welcoming Asahi Pompey speaking on behalf of Goldman Sachs.
Good afternoon, everyone. I will be brief. I am a believer in the ninth beatitude. Blessed are the brief because they shall be invited back. I'm Asahi Pompey. This is my 20th year at Goldman Sachs, and I am honored to chair our urban investment group. As we stand here today and break ground, I think it was fantastic that we heard from the Newark Arts High School Choir, because they're really a reminder of why we do this work. Our job as a bank is simple, right? It's to bring capital to bear for the advancement of economic opportunity and growth. And seeing the choir really reminded me that what we are building together is where families will break bread for Thanksgiving, is where the members of the choir and families like them will be able to do their homework, where they'll be able to rest their heads at the end of the day. And so it was really fantastic to hear from the choir. Look, if there's anything Goldman Sachs knows, we know a good investment when we see it. And Newark continues to be an excellent investment. It continues to be a city that's on the rise, rich history, vibrant future, and this project in particular really spoke to us. We knew that families in Newark, particularly in Military Park neighborhood, shouldn't have to choose between affordability and quality. And can I say, doesn't 22 Fulton look fantastic? I've been looking at the images as I'm sitting there going, that looks absolutely, absolutely phenomenal. As we think through the 396 homes that are being constructed, Goldman Sachs is investing $119 million. We know the importance of mixed income developments, and we firmly support it. But we also know that proximity is important, right? Proximity is proximity to opportunity. This site sits just blocks away, as we all know, from Newark Penn Station, connecting families to jobs, connecting families to transit, and connecting families to really a foundation for lasting stability. In terms of our commitment to New Jersey, Goldman Sachs has invested nearly $2 billion in affordable housing, CDFI lending, and higher education in the state of New Jersey. And we invest where families can build futures. We know that when you invest in Newark, that you get returns, not just for families, but returns for generations as well. And so as I close, I want to say thank you to all of the contractors, the architects, the builders that will put their hands on this site and brick by brick build homes for families. I want to thank them for the work that's to come over the next several years. And I want to close by thanking our partners. We do nothing alone. And Governor, it's fantastic to work with a former Goldman Sachs colleague and alum. Mayor Baraka, our incredible partners, SK Development, Brooklyn Standard Property, Barings, Basis, Bear Creek. We're honored to do this work. And I personally am nothing without my team. And Scott Maxfield, Carly, and Harry, thank you for your tireless work on this financing. So thank you very much.
Good afternoon. I want to begin by thanking all of you for taking time out of your busy schedules to be here today. Your presence means so much to us as we celebrate this exciting new chapter for the Berger organization together with SK Development. Today is not just about breaking ground. It's about honoring a journey that began 50 years ago. In March of 1976, I came to Newark as a result of the purchase of the Newark Holiday Inn. Just 2 weeks after I arrived, I received a phone call from a Dr. Daniel Blue, who introduced himself as the Chief of Staff for Mayor Ken Gibson. Dr. Blue told me that the mayor wanted to meet me and welcome the Berger family to Newark. At that time, I was only 23 years old, with little experience and not knowing much about what lay ahead. I called my father, Nathan Berger, and asked him to come with me to that meeting. At that meeting, the mayor was gracious, engaging, and truly personable. He expressed how pleased he was that we reopened the Newark Holiday Inn, which had been closed for nearly a year. As you can see what 50 years can do to you. I'm the one with the mustache, in case you couldn't tell. For those who have never had the privilege of meeting Kenneth Allen Gibson, I can assure you he was an exceptional individual and unquestionably the right man for the job of mayor at that time. Ken Gibson was not a politician. He was an engineer by profession and drafted by the people to lead Newark during those difficult times. That meeting marked the beginning of a long and meaningful relationship between the Berger organization and the city of Newark, a relationship built on trust, collaboration, and shared vision. Over the years, we've seen Newark grow, and we are proud to play a role and be part of its revitalization. Today's groundbreaking is more than a construction project. It's a symbol of progress, opportunity, and commitment to this great city. This development will create jobs, attract new businesses, and provide spaces where people can live, work, and thrive. It represents our belief in Newark's future and our dedication to being part of that future. I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to our partners at SK Development, Abe Schnee, Scott Schnee, David Mannheimer, and Zev Klazowitz for their collaboration and shared vision. I also want to recognize my son Brendan, who together with SK Development put this deal together. In addition, I want to recognize the city officials and community leaders who have supported us throughout this journey. In particular, I want to acknowledge the Newark Municipal Council under the leadership of President Larry Crump, along with Councilwoman at Large Louise Scott Roundtree, Councilman at Large Carlos Gonzalez, Councilman at Large Louis Quintana, South Ward Councilman Patrick Council, West Ward Councilman Dupre Kelly, North Ward Councilman Annabelle Ramos Jr., East Ward Councilman Michael J. Silva, and Central Ward Councilwoman Amina Bey. Please join me in a round of applause for the Newark Municipal Council. As Mayor Sharp James often reminded us, a mayor cannot lead alone. Success requires the partnership of the Municipal Council. For more than a decade, Mayor Baraka and the Municipal Council have propelled Newark forward in a positive direction. Their dedication, commitment, and perseverance has made this day possible. As we look ahead, let us remember that every brick we lay and every beam we raise is part of a larger story, a story of resilience, renewal, and hope. Together we are building more than structures, we are building a stronger community, a fairer economy, and a brighter future. Let me at this time also acknowledge the following people. The Chief Executive Officer of the New Jersey Economic Development Authority, who recently retired, Tim Sullivan, and his staff. Executive Director of the New Jersey Housing and Mortgage Finance Agency, Melanie Walter, and her staff. And the Director of the Newark Economic and Housing Development, Deputy Mayor Allison Ladd, and her staff. Let's give them a round of applause, please. It is now my great honor and privilege to introduce a leader whose vision and unwavering dedication has strengthened the opportunities for people of New Jersey's largest city. Through his commitment, he has championed the development of affordable housing, reduced crime to the lowest level in decades, reduced homelessness by 57% by constructing Hope Villages, a residence for homeless persons, and spearheaded large projects like Lionsgate Studios, helping Newark thrive and grow. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the Mayor of the City of Newark, the Honorable Ras J. Baraka.
Thank you. Miles is an expert at this, man. I think he's got a little politician in him there. You know, that picture was pretty funny, but it's just great to see how long you've persevered and stayed here in our city. You're a resident of this community as far as I'm concerned. You're a neighbor, a friend to me personally and to this community. And I think the difference between the work that you do and what everybody else is doing is that you actually believe in our city. You're not just here to make money. And you can see that not just by the 20% is something that we mandate everybody to do. To do more and the AMI levels or the area median income, most people stay at 80%. They don't go below 60%. This is where they stay at affordability because those projects are hard, they're complex, that was said, to put together. But it's also an opportunity for them to continue to make the amount of money they want to make. Miles projects go below 60%. They go as low as 30%, 35%, right? Which is incredible because it reaches all the way down to families that make less than $40,000 a year. This is something that's important for the city of Newark, not just in a social and political way, but in a moral kind of way as well. So I thank you for being committed to growth and development in the city, but also being committed to the people of this community as well at the same time. So thank you. I want to thank all of the partners that are here. First, politically, none of this is possible without the vision of the governor, without EDA, without HMFA, without all of those folks, without the tax credits, without Aspire. None of this happens. It incentivizes growth in these communities. It forces people to invest in neighborhoods that were disinvested in for decades, for centuries even. So we are appreciative that you understand that investing in Newark is an investment in the entire state of New Jersey, and you do this consistently. And we thank you over and over and over again. And we're hopeful that this continues when you leave, brother. I want to thank our county executive, who is also there, who is a partner of ours as in Essex County here in the city of Newark. He used to say we're tied at the hip, and that's true because what happens in Newark affects the entire county. So his investment in Newark, his partnership with us here in the city of Newark is also helpful to the entire county, and we're thankful for your presence physically, but also financially as well, brother. Thank you. I see legislators in the back. I see Legislative Assemblywoman Shanique Spate and the trio that's usually there with us. You know, Pinto Marin and Teresa Ruiz, Senator Teresa Ruiz, always does a good job in making sure that the state focuses its energy and finances in the city of Newark. So we are completely grateful to the work that you guys do. And our municipal council, who, as was stated by Miles Berger, the best, because he knows this politics, that we can't get any of this stuff done unless we get the votes from the municipal council, and that's right on. So I appreciate the fact that you guys continue, and ladies, continue to understand the severity and enormity of these projects and why these things need to happen, regardless of where we are at a time or what we're thinking or what we're dealing with. We know that these projects must go forward no matter what, so I appreciate that totally. And lastly, as was stated by eloquently, you know, by Ms. Pompey from Goldman Sachs, that arts high appropriate, not only because we're in the arts and education district here in the city of Newark, not only because those are the families that we're talking about that will occupy this place, but ultimately what it did for me is remind me that no matter what's happening in the country, how crazy it seems to be all over the place in every state, that here in Newark, we're building something that speaks to a diversity of people throughout this city, no matter where they come from, what their zip code is, where they originate, the language they speak, that in Newark, we're building for everyone, and everyone is welcome here. And as they said, we shall overcome. Or as my grandmother would say, and this too shall pass. And so at the end of the day, I am so grateful that Miles gave us a concert outside at a ribbon cutting, at a groundbreaking, ribbon cutting soon, at groundbreaking. I've never seen that or experienced that, so I appreciate that as well. It brought all of this back to me as I sat there and listened to those incredible, incredible kids sing like that. So I appreciate all of you for coming out and being a part of this. Thank you for coming to the groundbreaking. Hope to see you at the ribbon cutting, because this property is going to go up, it's going to open, it's going to be real, and people are going to go inside, and I'm going to enjoy seeing people move in and out of this property even the ones who don't understand what it took to make it happen, generations from now who live in that property can say thank you, and I'll say thank you for them, to all of the folks that are assembled here today to make their dreams a reality. God bless you, Miles. God bless you.
I too want to recognize the Essex County Executive. Let's give him a round of applause. Joe DiVincenzo. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce the Governor of the great state of New Jersey, a leader who, for the past 8 years, has guided this state with vision, integrity, and steadfast commitment to fairness. Under his leadership, New Jersey has made tremendous strides towards building a stronger and fairer economy for all. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the Governor of the state of New Jersey, the Honorable Philip D. Murphy.
Miles, thank you. I was looking at that picture. If you took the timestamp out of the picture and you saw just Ken Gibson by himself, you could be convinced that that was today. If you took the timestamp out of the picture, you could be convinced, God rest his soul, that that was your dad today. That is not the case for you, Miles. I mean, it's like the spirit of Raleigh Fingers was leading your mustache there, and there might as well been a damn disco ball right behind you. The mayor and I were getting a good chuckle about that. What an honor it is to be today, and like Asahi said, I won't keep you long either. Miles, to you and to Brendan. Where's Brendan? Somewhere right behind you, for crying out loud. I didn't see you. By the way, Brendan, you're featuring a beard here as well. Let's not timestamp this picture either. But to you and the Berger family and the Berger organization, God bless you guys for your friendship and for your leadership, most importantly here in the Brick City. We mentioned SK Development, Brooklyn Standard Properties, my buddies at Goldman Sachs, Asahi, having a nostalgia moment. To Barings and all the other folks who stood up to make this happen. And a big shout out to the elected officials. County Executive Joe D., God bless you. America's Mayor, one of the very best, Raj J. Baraka. Larry Crump and your colleagues on council. The legislators, I heard Shanique was here. Shanique, where are you? You're right there. I'm losing my eyesight. God bless you. Shanique was one of the bipartisan group of legislators who walked me yesterday into my final State of the State address. So thank you for that. And to all the other distinguished folks here today, I wanted to be here for a couple of reasons. Number one, Miles said he would never speak to me again if I didn't come. That's at the top of the list. But secondly, this says an enormous amount about Newark and its momentum. So you got just under 400 units. You got about 80 affordables at 22 Fulton. You've got commercial space, amenity space, ample parking. Again, most importantly, underscoring the affordable component. Buildings like this don't get financed. Your comments as a recovering banker about the complexities of a deal like this, particularly with a big chunk of affordable, these just don't happen out of thin air. They happen because there's a will to make them happen, because there's a demand both on the capital side, on the development side, and most importantly, Mayor, on folks who want to live here and not just work in Newark, but plant their flag and live their lives here. I'm proud that the state played a role both through the Economic Development Authority and the Housing and Mortgage Finance Authority. Both did some meaningful work here, and I'm proud of that. That's typical. This capital stack is typical of a lot of things that have gotten done over our 8 years in office. A good chunk of private sector, a good chunk of enlightened private sector capital, not just private sector capital. Superior, I don't know where David Mannheimer went, but SK is a first-rate organization. I mentioned Miles and Brendan and their team. This is an all-star lineup. So that's another reason why I wanted to be here. A great public-private example, not just about Newark's momentum, but capital coming together, a will coming together from all different corners. It's also one of the last events I'm going to do. As Miles knows, I could barely get this in under the wire, so I'm incredibly honored that this is one of the last events I'm doing. I want to thank Newark always for opening me with welcome and open arms. Joe, I want to thank you and the county for the same. To each and every one of you, thrilled to be here today. As my late mother would say, you're known by the company you keep. Today, I'm keeping damn good company. Thank you.
Thank you again for everybody coming. We're going to take a couple pictures. There's some refreshments inside 570. It's a beautiful day. If you want to eat them out here and there, go for it. But thank you for coming, and we'll see you in a couple years when we cut a ribbon.
Ready? Security, back up.
Another one? 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Today is a phenomenal day here in Newark in the Central Ward, because affordable housing is the top of the priority list, is the most important thing that we're dealing with right now. And to be able to have a project of this magnitude, we're talking about 80% affordable, that is huge. That is really, really huge for our city. So we are so grateful for the Berger organization and everyone that's involved in this. And of course, Mayor Ras J. Baraka being the visionary and making sure that he moves the city forward in a way that benefits the residents, because that's what it's about. So we're really grateful.
Today is a significant and important day for Newark as we kick off 2026. It's to showcase that investing in Newark makes sense. It showcases that the more we invest in our communities and creating affordable housing, creating more local retail stores, it helps all our communities as a whole, especially here in our Central Ward, where you have the college downtown, which brings about 55,000 people to eat, study, and live in the beautiful city of Newark. This investment in this city allows us to say that we are living, we're growing, and you haven't seen anything else yet.